Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you all are doing well today. Elliot here, and welcome back to The Fragrance Well. Pretty straightforward topic for today. I've got 8 fragrances here that I think can help you light up the night. In other words, these are going to be evening and onwards fragrances. Pretty much covering as many occasions as I can think of today, whether you're going to a bar, a lounge, cigar lounge, dinner, casual to upscale, maybe a formal event. Tried to cover as many of those bases as I could today with the fragrances I chose, so let's see what I've got. Before we get started, as always, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you like the content, and please hit that bell icon, enable notifications so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Let's get into it. All right, guys, first one's coming from the house of Savoir Faire, and it's gonna be Soul Cafe. Savoir Faire, Soul Cafe. So this one opens up with a slight orange juice-like accord, combination of bergamot and blood orange. There's also going to be some coffee notes in this fragrance, and it dries down to kind of this exotic, woody, clean, musky smell. Kind of reminds me lightly of Oud for Greatness, but definitely in a more masculine way, so maybe a little bit more like Parfums de Marly's Halton. Where would I use this fragrance in terms of evening wear? This could be casual lounging experience. It also could be semi-casual dinner to formal dinner. I would kind of put it in those categories here. I find this fragrance to be elegant, classy, gentlemanly, so that's why I kind of put it in those evening wear categories. So once again, from the house of Savoir Faire, this is gonna be Soul Cafe. Moving on, next one's coming from the house of Jean-Paul Gaultier, and this is gonna be Male Elixir. Jean-Paul Gaultier, Male Elixir. So, this one here has the mint and lavender combination that is famous in the original Male formulation, but this one has turned up the sweetness, the richness of it, a lot of benzoin in this, plenty of tonka bean, some other elements to give it just a little bit of a denser feel, but it still remains somewhat classy, but overall I still think this is a fun night out fragrance. That's where I would place this one in terms of an evening wear category. You're going for a fun night out, you can wear it to the club if that's your thing. If it's just hanging with your friends and you're just kind of out on the town doing whatever and you want to have a more playful vibe, I think this fragrance fits into that category perfectly. So once again, from the house of Jean-Paul Gaultier, this is Male Elixir. Next up, got one from the house of Amouage, and this is going to be Boundless. Amouage, Boundless. So what you get from this fragrance, if you're not already familiar with it, it's gonna open up with some blood orange as well, but not the orange juice type. It's just got this kind of dark citrus nature and vibe to it. Combination of spices, ginger, cardamom, things like that. And then kind of the heart of this fragrance is going to be benzoin and vanilla, bourbon vanilla absolute. And at the base of the fragrance, it's this very oriental combination of resins, tobacco, woods, earthy notes, all giving a very oriental vibe to the fragrance. Where would I put this in terms of evening wear? This is going to be elegant to fine dining. Nice steakhouse dinners where I'd wear this, Capitol Grill, Fleming's, places like that, Christner's, nice seafood place. That's where I would put this fragrance in terms of evening wear. So once again, from the house of Amouage, this is going to be Boundless. All right, moving on, from the house of Roja Parfums, this is gonna be Creation E Parfum. Roja Parfums, Creation E Parfum. So this fragrance here has a cola vibe off the top, just basically this combination of woods and spices and aromatic notes, and at the base of it, a very elegant, interesting tobacco accord. Very classy, elegant, somewhat mysterious fragrance. Where would I put this in terms of evening wear? I'd place it also in the finer, more elegant dining scenarios, and I would also put this in more formal events. Wedding reception being held later on in the evening. I would also wear this to, say, a banquet, company banquet, a more formal get-together, more formal dinner. That's where I would place this one in terms of evening wear. Once again, from the house of Roja Parfums, this is Creation E. Moving on to the house of Mancera, this is gonna be Hindu Kush. Mancera, Hindu Kush. Now, this fragrance is a little bit smoky, has a cannabis note, but I don't really find it to smell like weed straight up. Has a little bit of a resinous feel, there's labdanum, there's some incense in this, kind of providing that resinous and smoky feel. Woody notes, spices, kind of green fragrance. For me, this one I would place into kind of a night out category where you're gonna be outdoors or maybe even a little bit active. Topgolf. This is kind of the first thing that pops into mind when I think about this fragrance. You're out with people, it's a little bit more of a social setting, but you're maybe doing something that's a little bit active, maybe putt-putt golf as well. I know some people may have thought maybe hookah lounge or something like this for that. I got other fragrances I think do that a little better. I wouldn't necessarily place that there. So once again, from the house of Mancera, this is Hindu Kush. All right, next one's coming from the house of Nishane, and this is going to be Fan Your Flames. Nishane, Fan Your Flames. So where would I place this one here? Well, first and foremost, this is a tobacco fragrance supported with rum and coconut vibes, and it's a little bit dry with notes like oak moss. The fragrance has a little bit of a tropical theme to it. Where would I place it? Anywhere where there is alcohol and tobacco consumption. So I would place this in a sports bar category, a nice lounge category, more casual bar setting, and also a cigar bar or even maybe a hookah bar. That's where I place this fragrance. It has the tobacco smell, but it also has other notes to make it not just smell like an ashtray, basically. Matter of fact, the tobacco in this is more so leafy than anything, and I love the way the rum and the coconut come across. Tells me that you're elegant, but you also want to have a good time. That's what I would do in those settings. Once again, from the house of Nishane, this is Fan Your Flames. All right, next one's coming from the house of Versace. This is going to be Eros Flame. Versace, Eros Flame. Take note of this because you see I don't talk about very many Versace fragrances, and that's not going to improve anytime soon. But this one here does fit well into this list. Now, I don't really get specific notes coming from this. It's a very artificial smelling fragrance. You got some citrus off the top, a little bit of a fruitiness to it. It's very, very sweet as the Eros fragrances are, but there's also a little bit of tartness in this one compared to the regular Eros line. So this is basically a chord of spicy, sweet, tart, and a little bit of freshness. Where would I place this fragrance? This is club night out, or you're just going to have a good time at clubs, maybe bar hop a little bit, bars that are kind of club bar combinations where they may have some electronic music or something like that, but not much of a dance floor. That's where I would place this fragrance, and more of a youthful vibe, more of a playful vibe with this fragrance over some other options. Once again, from the house of Versace, this is gonna be Eros Flame. All right, last but not least, coming from the house of Dior, this is gonna be Fahrenheit Parfum. Dior Fahrenheit Parfum. All right, so with this one, violet leaf, leather, still the star of this fragrance. However, the leather takes a little bit of a backseat compared to the original Fahrenheit from back in the day. You still got this kind of fresh, spicy combination, but it's a little bit simplified, and then you've got a lot of vanilla in this. There's also a little bit of a boozy vibe with this fragrance. Where would I place this in terms of evening wear? Casual dining, maybe even elegant dining, but also I'd wear this to maybe say a sports bar or a lounge bar setting where I want to have a little bit more of a sophistication to my scent profile, but I still think can work in those settings. So that's where I would place this one. Once again, from the house of Dior, this is Fahrenheit Parfum. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Hey, let me know down in the comments below when you wear fragrances for the evening activities. What are some of your go-to choices? Looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. So thanks again for watching all the way into the end. Really do appreciate you guys. Please remember to be well and smell well, and I'll see you in the next episode of The Fragrance Well. Have a good one.